I'm back.
Welcome back. We are live.
Cool.
So what do you want your role to be in this cast? Do you want to be like casual cast, pro cast?
Casual. Yeah, casual.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure everything's working on Twitch real quick.
It is Diamond's man. Ten seconds remain. It is Radiant's man. Seconds. 5
Alright, everything's good.
Remain.
Cool.
So starting off the bands here, Lone Druid Axe, Night Stalker Io.
Everything seems to be specific to the team they're playing against, save for the Night Stalker, which is just meta. Lone Druid is played by Alex, and I don't think it's played by anyone else on that team. Axe is Dimitri. I don't think that's a flex whatsoever. Night Stalker just is annoying for a lot of stuff. It's meta, it's first pickable. Wisp has to be a response specifically to someone on 9 Magenta. I will be upfront that I don't know anyone on 9 Magenta. I am here as a member of the Pause One is Legend cult / MLM. Yeah, that's my lot in life. Do you have any insight on the Wisp?
Wisp, I assume, is also a signature hero pick, because I don't remember Pause One is Legend picking that just because of like a meta or anything.
So you're not aware of anyone specifically on 9 Magenta who would be running it, or if they have any
team.
combos? Okay. So we're both just assholes.
Pretty much. I find it surprising,
for
actually, that Magenta doesn't ban out Dimitri's heroes. I usually see like the Magnus or the Enigma getting banned out.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like he overperforms pretty consistently on Magnus.
It is Diamond's man.
He was practicing Medusa earlier today. We'll see if that comes up. We have the Jakiro first pick.
Jakiro first pick is pretty standard, and I like it. The Oracle first pick is interesting to me. Because it very easily is something that you can answer with just like annoying heroes in many roles, like a Weaver support or things of that nature. And it's not highly contested. It must be comfort, surely, but also it seems curious to pick it so early when you could be using that slot to get something a little more contested or on the up and up for this current meta. I'm wondering if it's like,
10 seconds remain.
I'm not a chess player, so maybe the analogy doesn't quite hold, but it's like making your first move in chess with a pawn, but you're not going 2 spaces forward. Just like very slow and just like trying to gather more information before you commit to anything. That's the vibe it gives me, but I would love to see if it's simply a low committal building block to something more substantial that they already have cooking.
When I see Oracle, I immediately think Huskar. I think it's just their pick for they want to pick the support first, and the player they has probably likes that hero. Like, I don't really imagine that like Oracle's meta enough to justify first picking it, because it is pretty easily countered by a draft. I mean, Jakiro by
and if
itself,
you counter, like,
good.
To be fair, if it's a support and you counter it, it's not like your game's over or anything. That's all true.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, it does seem a little bit strange to me.
I'd say Jakiro has better laning presence, and
Rubik ban. Sorry. I think the Rubik ban says that they do want the Magnus.
Or Tidehunter. Been big on a lot of Tidehunter recently.
That's true.
Got Tiny Ban, Furion Ban, both meta picks, both really strong. Don't want to deal with them. A ban coming out as well on the side of Magenta.
Maybe they do want Huskar.
It's feeling like a Huskar
and then
draft,
triple ban.
Oh, they picked that.
Ooh, they steal the Magnus. Interesting.
Rubik ban kind of shooting themselves in the own foot there.
I'm not sure. Does Crash play Rubik? Well, Crash is playing Jakiro. Does Emu play Rubik?
Yeah.
I don't think. Does he?
I don't remember him playing Rubik.
Okay.
Usually plays Pangolier.
I'm not sure if this team has a Rubik player.
5 seconds.
Well, I expect to see big team fight ults coming out from Arpaz when he's legend. Otherwise, they wouldn't have banned the Rubik. Unless it was just like a signature hero pick and they don't want to deal with it. I mean, Rubik does kind of counter Jakiro. Like, he steals Ice Path and it's just super impact in fights.
Sure. Personally, I would rather ban something else if that's like the only thing I'm worried about with the Rubik pick. It's like generically good in other situations too, but I don't think it's worth the ban slot in that situation on its own. I feel like the Magnus was stolen from them, personally.
I
And
do
they
too.
did want the mag.
Slaughter TA. It's a pretty good pairing together. In the game, lots of negative armor, lots of physical damage.
TA Shard is also going to be really handy.
10 seconds. Remaining.
So it will be interesting to see how both teams
5 seconds remain.
dedicate time on their supports and whatnot to making stacks, protecting stacks, maybe stealing stacks. Because both teams definitely have people who really want to eat that stuff up.
I agree, yeah.
It will also be interesting to see if Magnus is more of a team fight movement based role, or if they're going to try and be a little more greedy and be a right clicking threat on their own. Not in like a my brain is starts with a Terrorblade kind of way, but just in a RP and I do the damage and kill them all kind of way.
It could also be a Magnus support. You occasionally see it in that role.
Interesting. If it was a support, would you expect it to be a 4 then?
4 or 5. Like if you pair it with, for example, a Drow
Then you have
Ranger
4
in lane,
Oracle.
it's pretty strong. I mean, at
What's
that point, the roles
the
are kind of reversed. It kind of just depends on like the lane matches, lane pairings that you want.
I'll have to be convinced on that, but who knows? Maybe they try something wacky like that. I'm not putting my bets on that though. I feel like it's just got to be like a 3 or a 2. We'll see though.
We're spending a lot of time on their pick here. So for the Sand King, we're leaning more towards Magnus support. It could be like a Sand King mid though. Sand King pretty strong against TA. Slider does give vision of him. Jakiro's all AoE to deal with the Sand King.
10 seconds.
Seems like a pretty solid Sand King game so far, all things considered, or at least entirely playable.
Very teamfight heavy on Magenta right now. Morphling comes out. There's your Oracle pairing. Save on the Morphling just means he's unkillable for a very long time.
So I'm not super knowledgeable on Morphling's. How do I word this? The weak points and the strong points for Morph, and like as it pertains to the entire Dota 2 roster. I suspect that it was picked when it was picked because the 3 heroes showing don't scare the Morph player that much, rather than one or multiple of those heroes being like Morphling destroys these people. I think it's more like they don't concern me that much, rather than like I will shit all over them just because like Morphling shits all over them.
I think they picked it because the Jakiro is kind of slow DPS, and the Slider and Templar are very high physical, and so Morphling just being one of the highest agi heroes in the game kind of counters all 3 of those heroes just by being a Morphling.
The armor does help a lot. That's a good point.
Outward Destroyer coming out here provides a lot of burst versus the Morphling. Can add some anti-combo on their team. If the Sand King or Magnus pops in, you can just W them or W someone to safety.
Mm-hmm. And also imprison the Oracle, commit to killing someone else while he's gone. Diversifies your damage, which is good. I do feel like right now Dire has too much CC responsibility put upon the Slaughter at this moment. TA and OD kind of both want a frontliner, and Slaughter can be that, but it's not exactly how Slaughter wants to play most of the time.
I feel like they do have
Jakiro also has the same thing.
To the imprisonment setup, like just dropping an ice.
They do have follow-up, that's good. Yeah, that's true.
Clockwork
I'm
getting
liking
done. But,
Clockwork.
yes, they probably
Huh.
expected Jakiro's a 4. And they're just banning out. For those who don't know,
10
Clockwork is a
seconds.
signature hero of Crash, who's the 5 player on our Plasma's Legend.
That's true.
5 seconds remain.
Do they want like I feel like the clock ban says something about what they want for last pick rather than what they've already picked. Maybe that's not correct. Maybe they just like don't want to deal with it. But I feel like Sand King and Morphling don't care about it. Oracle cares about it certainly, but like, is that worth a ban slot on its own?
I feel like a silencer on Dire right now really screws with Magenta. You can just burst the Morphling, you can counter combo the Sand King and a Magnus jumping in, you can prevent the Oracle from saving a hero.
It's possible.
You see a pause 5 silencer, I think would be devastating. What do they need? I feel like they just need a little bit more team fight on our Plasma's Legend.
So Silencer could definitely work. They could crush with it. The thing that scares me about Silencer is if the game gets scrappy, if like Plasma's Legend starts chain feeding, it feels like you don't come back from that. At least you shouldn't come back from it because your ability to like set things up is just so put on the starter to do that. And then if the game is hard, a lot of these people on Radiant are going to be really tanky. The Sand King may have Bloodstone or Yules or Blink, or Morphling is going to be Strength Morphing. You can't really burst through that in all likelihood unless you bring a ton. Like it could be really yucky if you have a +5 silencer.
What the hell?
Okay, so
It's a support Templar.
I think it is a support Templar, and it's probably emo.
Interesting. So it's going to
Okay.
be TA Slardar laying lots of negative armor early and mid.
10 seconds remain.
I'm not convinced by this Lifestealer pick.
Yeah, I feel like they lack AoE, they lack CC, they lack any kind of save. I guess Odie can save, but you have to be pretty close with Odie to save a hero when Magnus and Sand
You
King
don't
jump in.
you don't want the plan A on Odie to be, oh, I'll just save you. You want
Yeah.
that to be an option, but not like a down payment in your game plan.
Like, I don't think you want your Odie starting fights on this team. It kind of feels like he's in that role.
Who will enforce your
Yeah, I'm
will?
at this point I'm very worried that Lifestealer doesn't get to hit anybody. And Radiant can ignore the Lifestealer if they want. Just walk around him and go kill other people. And if they do want to kill Lifestealer, they have repositioning tools, they have kiting tools, they have all this annoying stuff, and they have the spell piercing reverse polarity. So on draft, I definitely favor Radiant.
Puck pick coming last adds just more team fight, more lockdown.
I think
Okay.
they have lost the cosmetics game. I will say that.
Yeah, I would
It's
say
definitely some
absolutely.
drip on Dire.
Oh, there's a lot of gold on Dire, actually. I'd say the mids definitely have the weakest drip game. The Puck and Odie.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot going on there. Now, how about timings? What team can really get a lot done early?
So I want to see the lane matchups first before predicting how the game goes, because I'm not sure what the positions are on Team Radiant.
So it is Emu 4. And then Puck is mid. Support Magnus. There's one Morph. It's a 4 Mag, 5 Oracle, 3 Sand King.
Apparently there's some misclicking going on.
Okay. Oh my gosh.
Alright, starting off the game, we have Dire smoking up, running to their own triangle, looking to push across the river. Radiant splitting up, but also playing in the same area. Sticking in their tower
Level
for
1
now.
Roche, love to see it. That'd be so fucking sick.
I have not seen a level 1 Roche in a while.
Me neither.
I feel like it's still like Lone Druid Ursa, right?
I have no idea. I would assume.
Dire takes the high ground in Radiant jungle. Neither team's seeing each other for now. Actually, Dire coming down, placing a obs right on top of Radiant's obs. You might have seen that.
Dire can definitely kill level 1, but it's somewhat precarious, and it's definitely harder for them than it is for Radiant. Radiant has a lot of tools to kill level 1.
Neither team seeming too keen on attacking one another at minute 1.
It's time now
Nope.
for the final fight.
Even split.
Looks like it will
Odie
be...
versus Puck. I'm not a mid player. I think this is
I think Odie wins this
Puck
hard.
favored. I'm pretty sure it's Puck favored.
I think Odie wins this hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know the matchup. Oh, I
we
missed that. Oh,
Missed
no.
that. Oh, they waited down there. Damn it.
I like that play, though. I like it.
Yeah, they waited
Thank
for
you
the
for
Oracle
teaching
to...
or a lesson. Love to see it.
Alright, so the lane matchups ends up being a Magnus 4, Jakiro 5, Sand King being the 3, Odie Puck in the mid lane, and in the bottom lane we have Slayer 3, TA 4, like we predicted, Oracle 5.
So I'm expecting Dire to win top on net worth, if nothing else. It's certainly possible for Magnus to skewer and Sanking and all that stuff, but that seems tricky. Especially against a ranged hero with slows. I'm not a fan of starting with Liquid Fire. I think that should be Dual Breath. The harass is just so much better. But it's definitely something that you will probably be able to get away with here. As for bottom, I've heard the praise of support TA for the meld and the trading, so I'm gonna try and keep a little bit of a closer eye on this.
It'll be interesting to see how this TA performs, what it feels, because I've not seen a TA for
It is
match.
almost, it's gotta be super feast or famine, because if you don't like pop off your support TA, then like imagine trying to kill people with support TA.
Yeah, you only have the long range slows to really contribute to team fights. In the top lane,
It
Jakira's
also-
getting caught out of position here. Gets
Ooh, there
skewered
was a
back.
skewer.
Getting pretty low. Jakira's a slow hero, so you'll probably
Alright,
just
good
go
start
down.
for Radiant. Good start for Radiant. It is what they
Good
need.
Coming off that first blow, but even up the score here. The bottom lane Morph getting pretty low. Morph then Q's to dodge the meld strike. I don't know if he was dying from that, but yeah, he was pretty low HP.
OD is kind of trouncing Puck on the CS at the moment, 10-7 to 7-0. We have Puck just hit level 3, OD is halfway to level 4 already, a little bit more than that even. Whether that's the matchup as intended or skill diff, I cannot say, because I don't know the matchup.
I feel like Odie just spams W in lane and the Puck can't do anything about it. I think that's just the story of the lane.
Notices are coming up. I think top lane Radiant gets it, and Dire just can't do anything about it.
Yeah, Lifestealer doesn't really
Normally,
contribute
I think they're okay to just like against this double melee, just Jakiro harasses and stuff.
much.
but it's
Bottom
hard
lane,
for
we have a fight
Lifestealer
going
to-
on the Lotus
we do.
pool. Yeah, looks like Oracle's out of mana. He can't really help. Oracle does.
Oh, Oracle got
secure,
it.
though.
Oracle got there first.
In the top lane, Magnus getting low. Looks like went a little bit too hard in the Jakiro. Jakiro manages to bring him down during that. So they even up the lane kills up there. Bottom lane, Slider going down. Pretty action-packed first 4 minutes here.
A little bit, yeah. I hope you're getting these on camera because I'm missing them.
I got the top one, not the bottom one. God damn it.
Another.
What even happened down there?
All right, Emu, make a stack here. Make a stack here, Emu. There's nothing else to do. Or pull.
Yeah.
Ah, missed opportunities. Okay. My equilibrium is good for Dire right now. It's exactly where Jakiro wants it to be. I'm not a fan of maxing Liquid Fire. I think Dual Breath is just sick nasty.
I think maxing Liquid Frost is good if the enemy can't really stop you from harassing or doesn't have any ranged clicks of their own, because you can basically just throw out like 300 damage nukes with the Q and 2 levels in each.
Maybe at 3 this is what it's supposed to look like. I do still think you want Dual Breath level 1, but maybe this is correct for level 3.
It's not so good when the enemy has like a sniper support or something like that hitting you, because you can't get close enough to hit them. You have to rely more on the Dual Breath.
Morphling is quite low again, bottom. Doesn't mean as much as it does for any other carry because you are Morphling, but
I'm trying
nevertheless.
to be laser focused on these HP pools right now. We missed so many kills.
CS comparison, we got TZ at the top of the board. Can't say that very often. 27 and 9 compared to his Morphling counterpart at 12 and 0. So spells are being traded bottom.
Well,
Wait for him to mid for the TA.
They're getting pretty low. Doesn't have enough damage to finish it off.
Oh.
Oracle actually shows up. Does he have detection?
No sentry. No sentry.
Oracle getting low. Oracle goes
turn.
down. So much physical damage coming out from these two heroes.
Right, Oracle is platinumed here, so they can use the voice wheel. I want to die. I want to see it.
Oracling offensively queuing. Has a big stick though. It's not in too much danger right now dying.
I think TA is dead here. It's still running.
Actually, Morph's running out of strength here. Yeah, he'll go down. TA does get bursted by the Oracle, but I think Dire really like that trade.
Yeah, for sure. And we got another Lotus coming up. I think Oracle's getting it, and then expect Radiant to get it top. But we'll see. Lane's kind of pushed in Dire's favor. They can definitely contest it.
Yeah, top
Also, Magnus
like...
can be cheeky and just try and skewer life stealer out. Too late though. Let's just get set.
With the rage.
Seems like a misplay from Radiant just to give that up. Shakira's rotating towards metal. OD has 6. Puck is still level 5. This is a solo kill.
Should no,
maybe.
Stick.
Oh yeah, he's got enough regen.
Puck still has quite a big HP pool even with all the Astros. Actually committing it. Is this going to be enough? It will be.
It is. And this is on the catapult wave, which is great timing. I would love to see Jakiro just keep running middle and then start pressuring the tower with OD here. It's like Jakiro's taking stack instead. Wisdom is coming up. Agnes is already prepared for that on the side of Radiant. Emu is not a huge fan of grabbing Wisdom on time, I would say. He's doing it begrudgingly here, because he doesn't have anything better to do. But I think if he did,
might have some action
leaving it
up
up to
in the top
his
wisdom.
starter.
Magnus gets the Wisdom. I think Jakiro's gonna do a lot of damage here. Is anybody rotating to help him though? Yeah, we have one TP. Sand King actually TPing over. From his own lane. Magnus pushes Crasher onto tower. I don't think Crash is getting out of this alive. No boots on him. Can he get the Magnus kill then?
No. Oh, nice stick. Good try, good try, good try.
Finish it off. Yeah, Crash kind of dawdled there at the shrine. Didn't just immediately run onto it. If he had not hesitated, he probably could have scared the Magnus off of it. But ends up losing his life and the shrine. At bottom we have a dive by Slaughter going after the Oracle, chasing him away from his tower. Getting pretty low though, versus an Oracle with 3 levels in Purifying Flames. That's probably not going to be the target you want to chase.
TA does have 6 now. Puck is running bottom. Seems necessary.
No
Definitely losing CS game in a lot of their roles right now.
Yeah, Puck is actually missing a lot of mana from the Astro. I don't know if she has enough mana for full combo. They will start on the starter. Miss the Dream Coil. Silence on. Getting low. We'll bring him down. TA finds the kill on the Oracle. Goes invisible. There is no detection for him.
No detection, no!
But they know where he is, and they can probably just keep casting fuck spells on him until he dies.
If they just sit around here, this is great for Dire. This is space creation. This is just space creation.
Huge space. TA
yeah, if they just wait here.
Actually
oh, the movement. That's sick.
That is sick, actually.
That is sick.
I did not know that. That's how that worked.
The forced movement does it again. Alright, Sand King is Epi. Presumably you're skilling Epi at 6 because you want to get something done with it. You can definitely go without skilling it on this hero if you just want to farm, so that seems to be a priority. Which I am a fan of, because right now they are losing in the CS department.
Odie coming bottom. Morphling is
roaming.
0 resources right now. Odie's just kind of...
Oh, he's going in!
Oh, if he knew, he could have dropped the ult and killed him, but...
It felt like he knew, but he
did
did not. He did not.
Dire has 5 heroes down here. Lifestealer chasing the Morphling here. Morphling's still no mana. Doesn't have mana for ult. I don't know if he's getting out of this. Oracle still no 6. Can only really heal his carry. Actually, it's just enough mana for this strength. But with 4 heroes here, it feels like they should be able to get this kill, right? Tia doing a good job body blocking.
So painful though.
Big Odie will finish the job. A lot of time to go.
It's clowny,
Yeah.
man.
In the top lane, Sand King just free farming, pushing down this tower.
Yep.
But Dire does secure the bottom tier. lane.
So there's a couple people in this game who might be feeling a little awkward. TA less so because things are going well for them. But Magnus support is definitely in a little bit of an awkward spot right now. Just having the stack. Hoping that a core can take it relatively soon. Get them their 6, looks to make plays and stuff. But it's like hard for them to just casually do anything. They definitely feel very like useless right now.
Especially without their 6.
TA would be feeling this way if Radiant had had a better laning phase, but because we got the tower dead and all that stuff, TA is actually kind of chilling and playing a little bit greedy and farming now, which I think is sensible. There's not much else for her to do at the moment. Jakiro top, TP'd here.
It's like just a little bit of poking going on. Right? If we look at net worth, OD and Lifestealer on the side of Dire are leading the charts, followed by Sand King and Morphling.
Pause for TA. There's more net worth than the Puck right now.
Oh, that's yeah.
That's tough.
I think Puck lost that lane.
So we got 22 CS TA, 33 Puck. Not a
Interesting-
huge, but you
interesting
know.
seeing the
22
Morphling.
CS is a lot for a pause for.
Well, she was
Orbic Corrosion
participating to a lot of
finished on TA.
kills as well on that article.
Mm-hmm.
We have a dive on top. Jakiro getting caught. No macro fire, only a few XP away. They commit a lot of stuns on him. Getting really low. I don't know if this is the target you want to go on. OD saves him for now. Damage in the mag. It's kind of a split up fight. Jakiro's going to go down first. Slardar actually dies as well. Epi being committed.
Some nice kills. This was very important for Radiant. They were not winning the farming game at that
Yep.
stage.
They decided to take a fight with the Dream Coil and Epi and got 2 free kills out of it. They'll also take a tower.
Oracle has 6. False Promise is up now. Mag is just getting RP now from that range creep, so that's another play that they can make. Also has smoke, which is nice. How quickly do they want to get something done with it?
I expect they want to wait for the Epi because that's a lot of the damage.
Yeah, I think so
mid
too.
lane, a little bit of a skirmish going on. Puck getting combo. It has the haste.
Oh,
walkout.
that's tough.
Oracle's now out of position. Can't ult himself. Choose to do so. Puck goes in to try and save his Oracle. We have a Magnus rotating in to assist.
I think everybody lives here.
Dire's just gonna walk away.
Yeah. It's a sick rune to get there.
Morphling in a very interesting position to farm right now. Choosing the farm Radiant for Dire's side of the map.
I would like to talk about items I expect on people and what I want people to get, but it seems like we're pretty close to action, so I'm gonna have to hold off on that.
A little bit of poking going on in the mid lane. In the bottom lane, the Slardar is doing a lot of damage to Sand King. Got the Corrosive Haze on him, just going down.
Yeah,
no
he's
stun.
done so.
Yeah. Chases him down, brings him down. I feel like Radiant are pretty reliant on this Sand King right now for a lot of their damage. I don't think they win fights without it.
Yeah, that's one of the tricky things. Their damage is very cooldown reliant at the moment. Radiant is a lot more damage to freely throw out. That's one of the advantages of the TA, which she lacks in CC as support. She still has
They find
melt
the
strike
TA,
value.
has the Dream Coil,
Oil
chooses to
used.
commit it. Puck will follow up, getting pretty deep. Bring the TA low though. Puck running out of mana. Actually goes in
This
further.
Puck's screwed.
Yeah.
It's rough.
The TA. Meanwhile, Odie
Check
walking
here.
high ground into the Epi. Uses the W offensively. He's going to be taking all this damage. Magnus almost pushing Odie out of the Epi. Goes down to the Oracle Dukes. TA, meanwhile, this position 4 TA just doing a ton of damage. Gets the double kill. And that's going to be core for a core. And Dire will pick up a support as well. Ends up being about a 300 gold swing going the way of Dire. It seems like Dire want more here. Maybe not.
It's already not a great trade for Radiant, but even if it was even with the heroes that were alive, this TA is not going to pan out like a normal support might. She's going to have more opportunities to scale, so her living, her getting XP and gold there, it's just going to be that much extra painful for them. They definitely need to get plenty of stuff done before Dire starts really scaling, because keep in mind that a lot of this is happening while Lifestealer is just farming away. It's the same for Morph, but like Lifestealer is going to be a big issue with the heroes they have at this point, the way things are going. You have the answer with RP, but you're not going to have the damage to actually get things done.
Dream Coin being committed mid. Sand King finds 2 with the stun. Odie getting pretty low. They do have the damage to bring them down. Puck actually coming in offensively. That was probably a mistake, as the Slugger was there waiting for him. That
Yeah, it was a nice
good.
kill.
Yeah, but Puck missed
Nice start.
on the jump.
It was also really, really nice barrel strike on too. That was clean.
It was very clean. Right side of it.
All right, Lifestealer is closing on the Radiance, just about 600 gold away. Starter's wrapping on this Morphling.
Yeah, this Morphling's been farming up here this whole time.
Blink
TP
canceled.
out, and no blink.
Cannot bash.
God,
Hero's deep.
Very deep. Oh, almost died.
Almost died to Roshan.
Has to run back. Oracle getting
Nice
so
disarm from
low.
Oracle. Really nice.
TA wanted to turn around and get that kill.
No,
but
no, no,
Oracle
no,
had vision.
Oh, I'm
Oracle
liking this.
baiting.
This is sick. Or this is sick. That's sick. Great
Yeah.
job.
Nice Oracle.
Oh yeah, let's go, dude. It's Oracle styling on them hoes. Yeah.
2 for nothing. 1,000 gold trade. Radiant are kind of evening up that gold advantage that Dire's been enjoying for the whole game.
Just a little bit, yeah. Another kill.
Puck just dies mid. I was not expecting that. I think she just blinked in offensively to kill the creep wave, and there was a Slaughter there. I think that's all it was.
Thanking leading the net worth, followed closely by Morph and then Lifestealer. I didn't realize Morph was actually farming just a little bit more than Lifestealer.
Yeah, Morphling's been behind the Lifestealer up until about like 2 minutes ago, and then he overtook him. Just being able to out-farm the Lifestealer. Both heroes have been free farming.
Oh my, you see this Slardar? He just broke the smoke point blank within this room.
Really
It's crazy that he stuck around though.
He's got a Jakiro and an Odie behind him. He's pretty
Mag's
fast.
got Blink.
Hesitates on the E.
I didn't realize Mag has Blink. That's actually kinda sick. Counter smoke on Dire now. They're looking to find the Morphling because they know he's not with this team. I like this play.
Yeah, Morphling's pretty far
It
away.
also, it's great timing for the Tormentor. Even if they don't find this, they still have the Torm to fall back on. And if they get Morphling near the Torm, they can do both.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
And Lifestealer can join them. I think Lifestealer is going to come through this portal.
They find a Sand King, blink in, stun him up. Sand King getting really low, dropping a lot of spells on him. He'll just go down. Magnus has to run away for his life. Slard's pretty fast though, chasing after him. Magnus will E over the high ground, get away. Clean 1 for nothing.
Yeah, this is good. As soon as it's more effort than it's worth to keep chasing, they go back. They're going to take the Tormentor together for sure. After Torm, what's the move?
They
I
could
think
go
mid tower's dead, and you accept that.
Yes, it was pretty low to begin with. They're content to give it third turn. I didn't realize this during draft, but Dire does have an amazing objective kill. Roshan, Torm,
Yeah.
Odie to negative armor, it's just a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
So they'll be able to just do that really quickly whenever they feel like they want to. They do get
Radiant
pretty low
has-
from the Torm, though, and they don't really have any kind of heal heroes, so I don't know if they'll be able to make a play off this.
They don't seem to care though. They're just smoking. They don't care about their health. They just want to initiate. And they have enough. They have enough.
I guess, yeah.
Are they baiting their Lifestealer here? Are they meeting up with him? What's the call?
Looks like they're just running through the jungle, seeing if they find
This
something.
Magnus is definitely itching to make something happen with the smoke on RP. It seems like the call on Radiant is to wait for some new item. Finding the Sand King.
Find the Sand King again. We'll be able to get the
Blinks
Q
out.
up in time.
Or the Burrow Strike. That's just Burrow Strike.
Gets the invis. No one's TPing. Oracle's close. He actually runs away from his Oracle. Not able to get the false promise. Puck comes in.
Oh, I thought that was the Oracle. That's just Puck.
Yeah. Magnus finds 2 heroes. No follow-up though. The Puck has already committed resources onto the Slardar. Dire seems to be winning the trade. TA goes into the tower, able to get the reflection off so it doesn't die. Oracle has to ult himself. 2 heroes dead already on the side of Radiant. Oracle will full heal, but
Unfortunately, in all of this, Morphling's TP is cooldown. It just came off cooldown.
it's not over yet as they find the Puck under tower. She might be baiting here. Slardar's nearby. Actually, Slardar jumping in on the Oracle, who has no ult now, will go down. The Puck is all alone under tower. They're surrounding this Puck, trying to find an opening. Puck's out, cancelled by the ODW. Slardar might blink in W. Phase shifts out. Sand King's here now, still has the Epi. Committing a lot of research on the OD, who will go down, so Radiant do find something off of this. Morphling finally showing up to what's basically an over fight. And
It's pretty weird.
Yep.
Pretty weird engagement. Lasted a long time. Tia is shard. That's great. That's definitely what you want. That helps out with your natural shortcomings as a support role, but having that silence is going to be a huge deal. Also has the blink. Tia is feeling pretty happy. Tia is top 3 net worth.
Yeah, especially against all these
That's not supposed to happen.
very evasive heroes. I think, yeah, 4 heroes on Radiant are evasive and get screwed over by silence. Doesn't really feel much like a support Tia at this point, although she doesn't really have support items or carry items.
Yeah, it's just another core that started out by not CSing.
It's just a very wealthy supporter.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This game is not getting easier for Radiant, by the way.
Yeah.
So they gotta lock in pretty soon.
I felt like Radiant should have won that fight after the Sand King got out. I feel like they were just a little delayed getting there. The Sand King didn't run to the Oracle to get False Promised, and then they split up on 2 targets with their
I
team
think the
fights.
way it had to go, given that Morphling TP was cooldown, was to just sack the Sand King. Which feels bad, but I think that was like the cleanest way to take care of it.
Yeah, I mean, he could have lived a little bit longer had he run left to his Oracle, though. He may have even been able to get out there.
The other thing is, I think that fight started with Lifestealer. And if you're taking that engagement and your 10k net worth carry isn't there, then you're basically taking a fight while being down 14k net worth, right? So it's like extra hard. And of course, they don't know the exact net worth, and I couldn't know if I was in this game either, but just like the concept of it.
That is, I agree, but that is offset a little bit by the fact that it took place under Radiant's tier 2 tower.
That's true, that's true.
In that fight.
This RP has been up for a long time. I don't blame the Magnus for this. It's clearly the symptomatic of Radiant just like not having any calls being made and feeling like they can't make plays because Dire's too tanky or...
Sand King
oh boy,
gets found.
He should be okay. They're rushing now.
They run away.
In theory, this should be something that Radiant can contest really well. So this has to happen.
They will smoke and run at it. The problem is Dire just do Roshan so quickly, they may not get there in time. Magnus basically has to just run in and blink RP. They find the Jakiro. They should bypass the Jakiro, but it looks like they'll just be happy to get the kill on him. So it'll be a kill for an Aegis. And actually, Odie comes out of the pit. It's making it a very slow Roshan, but Radiant still want to fight. Odie and Morphling and Puck go in. Odie immediately drops the ult. Epi comes in, 2-man stun on the TA and Lifestealer, doing a ton of damage. Ends up being a Puck dead, Odie dead. At the start of his TA running out with 0 resources. Mag getting pretty low. Morphling Q's in on the Slider, who's all by himself. He's infested actually by the Lifestealer. Dire just running with their lives. Lifestealer pops out, full resources. But they have a lot of control on the side of Radiant. He will find a lot of kills though. Brings down the Magnus. Ends up being just a Morphling.
The Ice Path!
A huge Ice Path TP in. Macropag doing a ton of damage.
Ultra!
Morphling coming down. Ultra on Granola. Gets the Rampage. Holy moly.
That was close. That was very close to being almost what Radiant needed, but not quite. It had a decent start, even though they were late, and even though Jakiro made way too much space. Even with all that considered, they immediately killed the Aegis, and then Odie then burst the Morphling immediately. Just not quite enough, and TA lives, gets to kite, throw out some more traps. Yeah, unfortunate. I don't think Radiant can come back from this. I think this is game. Nice skewer though.
Magnus finds a Slider. I was gonna say it was a 5 for 3 at the end of it. Radiant did get the Aegis, so it's kind of like a 5 for 4. So not the end of the world. It was only like a 3,000 gold swing. Radiant pressing, trying to find more. Jakiro getting left out. TA is infested right now. Magnus finds the TA, skewering 2 heroes back into his team. TA low mana. Lifestealer pops out. That Radiance is doing a lot of damage. I don't know if they have like a counter for him at this point. Sand King going down. I feel like if you're Radiant, you just gotta run away from this Lifestealer. The Morphling is really the only one who can deal with them, and he is in the top lane farming at this point. Odie showing up as well. Magnus looks like he might get caught out. Odie blink on cooldown, now just walk away.
The problem is just like Radiant does not have the damage output to deal with the health bars on Dire. And if you can deal with one of these people, there's still like several others. Starters, not. He's
They're
kind of
collapsing on
tanky.
puck
Life
bottom.
Stealer's very tanky.
They'll find the puck. Orchid on the Slardar coming out. Easy kill.
No, that's tough. That's tough. It's also tricky for Radiant because you don't have like a raid boss at the moment. So False Promise goes down in value, definitely at the moment. It's hard for Oracle to stay alive. There's a lot of things he has to be afraid of, especially in lieu of the traps that silence now. If I'm in this game, how do I try and salvage this? So the first thing is you have to split up Dire, and you do that by having some cutting and splitting going on. Morphling needs to be using Mantas, if not his own hero when he feels safe to do so, to push in these waves. It's slightly pushed, but not nearly pushed enough for Dire to care. Something might have a middle moment. Okay, cool. You gotta get people to split up on Dire. You have to get deep vision down so that you can see when people are split, where they are when they're split, and then you have to turn that into picks, and you have to do that for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, until you're feeling better about things, until you get an important item timing, and then you smoke and make an important play, and then maybe get Torm or Roche, something like that. But like, you really have to slow this game down. And right now, Dire's just closing in. They're pushing everything they want. They're not pressured on any angle. They're not pressured for time or net worth or anything.
I agree they have to try and slow this game down because right now they have no answer for Lifestealer. The Oracle wants to false promise the Morphling, with the Morphling being 4 or 5 slotted.
Odie has blinked in on middle for the banish.
I
don't think anything will come of it.
Yeah. I feel like
Steelers just hitting
Radiant put
bottom.
all their eggs in one basket with this Radiant. They will
Used bottom.
FP,
Cheesy rages. That feels bad. That feels bad.
Not the target you want to be FPing. Especially with no Morphling.
I don't disagree with that. Or sorry, I disagree with that a little bit. It was just unlucky timing that TZ like. It's not like crazy for him to rage there, but yeah, it's unfortunate.
I think
now you're done an epicenter. That's a lot of your damage.
I think he saw.
I don't think he saw. I think he might have, but I think you just raged there anyway.
Also at this level.
Oh, nice blink by Mag.
Yeah.
Mag blinks out.
I just don't think it was enough damage. Like ever, it was just a puck and an epi there.
Odie wasn't there yet. I think it was possible. Puck's going a little bit. Morphling is pushing top. I like this. This is good. Starting to put pressure on Dire. This is going to affect their comms. Do we go back? Oh.
Radiant clumped
okay, they're making
up,
a smoke play.
They have vision of the Lifestealer. They'll chase after him. They run into the river back into their team.
I don't think this is it.
Radiant has the high ground. They'll find an Odie. Commit spells on him. Can he save himself? Just goes down without casting anything. They find the Dream Coil on the Slardar. He'll get leashed up. Magna's finding two. Doesn't use RP for now. RP solo the Lifestealer. They have a lot of heroes now to be able to burst down this Lifestealer, but will be able to infest the Jakiro. Does not. He will go down. 4 heroes going down the side of Dire. Tia having to run for her life. Oracle gets the Q off on her though. They do have the detection this time as Tia will just get surrounded and destroyed.
Alright.
Clean engagement.
That went way better than I expected.
Well, being able to pick off the Odie for free really helped. Not committing any spells for him.
Yeah, definitely is exactly what they needed. I felt like with the way this game's been going, with the way previous team fights have gone, you cannot do a 5v5. And it kind of didn't quite start that way. Thankfully, they got the OD and no counterplay was achieved in time. If you had a trap there or something, that might have been able to combo break. But yeah, that's super important for Radiant.
Yeah, Morphling ended up doing the most damage on his team. He actually did more damage than the rest of his team combined. He stole Lifestealer for the
Has a butterfly now. I assume the butterfly was completed for that last fight. Yeah, 2,000 gold up on the Morph. It was definitely finished.
It's a 6,000 gold swing going in favor of Radiant. They even up the gold now. And just kind of feels like the Dire just slowly gets an advantage and then they lose a big team fight and it just goes back to being neutral.
Yeah, which is definitely not something they should have thrown away. This is not how it should have gone.
Yeah.
They could have taken a Rex already for sure.
Yeah,
I think too much time was spent kind of faffing about.
Yeah, it looks like they're just playing passive for now. They have all their ults up. Like, it smells like RP and Epi were down. I'm surprised they didn't immediately just try and smoke and make a play there.
Also, that all happened with Epicenter down, and I'm pretty sure they knew that Epicenter was down. So like, that's another layer to it.
Yeah.
This is not by the book.
No, indeed.
Radiant is a little bit split. Well, actually, Radiant is together. It's Dire that's split. Sorry.
Should be an easy pick. He actually be able to force that out. They have a root on for it though.
Nice catch. Nice catch.
He will go down. Just out of position on that tower. No allies nearby.
Now Dire is split. Radiant is 5-manning.
Yeah, I feel like Radiant can just pressure high.
This game's weird. This game's weird. I understand.
I mean,
know what's going on.
Radiant has the better team fight, and so you'd expect them to win team fights. Morphling is now
I do.
online. If you look at the net worth, like he's almost 2,000 gold ahead of the Lifestealer, like way ahead of the rest of the field. And so
On paper, I would expect them to win team fights. Up until the last 5 minutes, I did not expect them to win team fights, and then they just decided to lock in, and it was going a little bit better, for sure. It feels like there has been a noticeable change in the air on like confidence.
yes,
Now Dire's like,
playing
we
on
gotta
this
wait for items. We're like throwing too much. We gotta. Do I agree with that?
Lifestealer's trying to get the MKB, wanting to get that for the Morphling. And Odie's building his BKB. That will definitely help in fights if he's able to not get bursted down. I agree with
I think
waiting
it'd be
for
super
BKB.
important. That's definitely something you wait for.
Slider also
You wait for
building BKB.
anything else. I don't think you wait for the MKB. Go for starter BKB too, might as well. Timu's close to Scythe. It's 2,400 gold, about 500 gold away on the Scythe. That's something. So you definitely wait a little bit.
We have an interesting play going on bottom lane. Odie and Jakiro just kind of looking at each other. In the
I
lane.
missed that.
They're just staring at each other. But yeah, now to flip the question on you, how does Dire get back into this game?
They try and just get those items as quickly as possible without chain feeding. And then as soon as they have them, they look to make another engagement. They can take it together. With the information that Dire has, should they be rushing right now?
They
Their
do it very
vision,
quickly.
they saw the Morphling just now, and they have several wards bottom. I'm not sure what their knowledge is of where the rest of Radiant is. I'm not sure if they should be as confident taking this as they are, but clearly they're gonna get it, so works out.
Most fortunate, Radiant decides to actually
Visual creep kills.
do a very deadly Tormentor up there. No Morphling to help with it. Kills the Magus. They end up taking it though. He's just dead for 40 seconds though. Not
It's
huge.
pretty illustrative that with 4 heroes, they still lost 1 to Torm because of their damage output.
Let me just look at those 4 heroes. They just don't right click. Like it's gonna take Puck a while.
It doesn't have to be right click,
Yeah.
but like, yeah. Also, it's just like not. It's tough. Their damage. It's all in the Morphling.
Yeah.
Which does help the Oracle. You do have a clear raid boss a little bit. But good luck staying close to the Morph. I do love this blink pickup on Oracle. I think that's great. That is super.
Nice
Being
duo
able
fling
to
and
follow this
Bolden
Morph
with
with
the
the
Aegis.
waveforms.
Takes the mid tier 2. Magnus being dead means no skewer plays. It's a pretty free take.
Right, we got BKB on OD. BKB on starter seems to be on courier. Yes, it is. TA has Scythe. I'm not sure if she's revealed it. She just revealed it for nothing. Nice.
You expect players to be checking items in this bracket?
I expect Emu to. I don't. I expect Emu to show it. Honestly, he doesn't give a fuck.
Radiant coming out of base, showing 3 heroes to deny the sentry there.
I don't think you want to. If you're gonna fight out of base, your vision's gotta be great on Radiant.
Yeah, they have no vision of this Dire team. We're just camping the high
Yeah, this
ground
is
right now.
very strange. Very
I
strange.
feel like you put an obs down at bare minimum on this cliff here.
I think they're about to
Yeah.
smoke. They're like, no.
Infested Slider jumps in on the Oracle, has the Ghost Scepter, goes down without being able to get the False Promise off. Slider popping that BKB, they try and focus down the Sand King as in the backline, Morphling just explodes the Odie, Magnus going down, Shakira going down. And this Morphling is just, nobody focused him, he's just able to kill everything. Lifestealer unable to do any kind of damage to this Morphling. It's starting to feel like
Another
they're going
wave,
He'll get
It's
out! So close. TA is just there for some reason, maybe to try and help get him out. I don't think there's... Yeah, he didn't even pop Hex there. It kind of feels like they don't have any answers to those Morphlings other than just like Odie burst with like a Hex or something.
Really tough start to the fight for Radiant, but they get away with it. I wouldn't say they got away with it because it's not like, but it definitely works out for them. Just this morph is now clearly established himself as the strongest hero in the game by far, the biggest problem. And now the shoe is on the other foot, and Dire has to deal with Radiant and their heroes. Are they able to do that? Absolutely, but they did not seem to be clear on what their responsibilities were for that team fight.
Morphling steals the rage, feels emboldened to just sit Tiger on all alone. Gets actually blinked on Orchid, and Lotus coming out, purging it. Morphling able to walk out of there, Radiant looking to turn it around. Able to kill the Slardar and the Lifestealer extremely quickly. Yodi has to run away with BKB. They will chase him though. Morphling finds the Yodi. Oh, able to blink out.
Alright,
While
Radiant should just end the game now. Just go tier 4s.
Yeah,
Go
they'll
tier
try and
4s.
bring down this OD. Sinking out of mana. Looks like Dire is able to get on a couple heroes. Jakira's kind of out of position though. If the Morphling chooses, he can just kill this Jakira if he decides to do so. Goes in, kills 3 heroes. They have
Morphling's going, oh no!
Yeah, just they almost bursted that Morphling, but they were
2
able to
centimeter skewer doesn't quite get it done there.
Yeah.
Good try, good try. Got a buyback from Jakiro. Also, middle Rax is taken.
Radiant will respect
This
it.
did not. This game has gone a very unexpected direction, in my opinion.
Very unexpected. It just, yeah, it felt like Dire was ahead, and they just lost 2 really bad engages, and Radiant was just able to take over from that. Morphling, I believe, bought his own gem to deal with the TA.
That was Morphling had a gem in the fight bottom at their jungle. Already had that. The Lincolns is new. The Daedalus is new. I don't think Morph had the Lincolns finished in the bottom fight. I think it was just the ultimate orb. I'm not certain on that.
Yeah, he will give the gem over to Sand King. Picks up that Daedalus.
All right. So, step 1 is the same for Dire. You got to split them up somehow.
Yeah, his OD has not been farming either. Just villages
Uh-huh.
items have been pretty static. Just getting that BKB as of late. Very important net worth. He and the Slard are just not having that much CS. The only heroes with any kind of CS this game are really just the Lifestealer and the Morphling. Like, the plan for Dire in team fights just has to be to burst this Morphling from 100 to 0. And with the Oracle, it's extremely difficult. But the good news is if you're able to burst this Morphling, that's like half their team's net worth or something crazy like that. So it's a very
Starter's
easy
coming
fight
back.
afterwards.
Lifestealer is infested inside.
You feel like Dire should be sitting in base for this, or you think someone should be split pushing?
Somebody kind of was. Now that everyone's here, they want to get something done. Because if Radiant decides to just like chill, I don't think they're gonna decide to just chill. I think they also want to get something done.
Dire does have some
Smoke
outside
committed.
wards.
TA is showing. I like the TA is showing. You can't just jump the Morphling at this point. You got to get the Oracle. Like it's now it's tough for Dire to take a full-on team engage. They have to have good vision to do it.
Yeah, it's a pretty complex. Although this Oracle is kind of alone right now if they're able to find him. Starter coming in behind. Magnus runs up,
Starter's in,
gets
infest.
Hexed. Oh, they find
Nice
the
Ghost
Oracle,
Scepter.
gets him really low. He's silenced, getting low. Can they bring him down? They do bring him down. They now have an avenue to kill this Morphling. Puck dropping the Dream Coil on just a BKB Slardar.
All the
one
meanwhile,
else is-
Morph takes top racks.
Morphling not even in this fight, so the
Yeah.
Dire managed to get a Oracle kill, but there wasn't even an Oracle or a Morphling
Oh,
in that
boy.
fight. So 2 sets of racks down for Dire.
When Radiant was up against the wall, I didn't see a way for them to do anything. Now that Dire's against the wall, I don't see a way for them to do anything.
Well, they weren't able to win a fight with Morphling.
I'm
not
just a
even there.
pessimist, man. Like I'm just a fair weather viewer.
It's got to be pretty despair right now on the side of Dire. Like, what?
Yeah,
do you do
they
in
definitely
this?
threw their biggest opportunity like 15, 20 minutes ago, and now you're struggling to make do with a support TA. Like she's not doing bad, but she is a support TA. There's a limit to what she can achieve, and it's not on her. But like,
She
that's
offers
one of the components
burst.
you're contending with.
She offers burst for the Oracle.
She offers burst, but not like reliable CC. The Scythe helps, but you still got the Oracle, and you don't have an answer to the Ghost Scepter. It's not the worst, but a lot of things are tough. It's
Dire's coming out of base here. Might be looking for a fight. Puck scouts
Now
this
the-
out.
now this gem is on Sand King.
Yeah, he gave it over to swap for the Daedalus.
Yeah, Morphling, Daedalus, Satanic.
Masterful mark.
We got a
basically.
pretzel drawn on the map by Morphling.
Yeah.
Uh,
Play in
Art-
this area, I'm guessing is what he's saying.
I think that's I love you.
Well, the
I
only
don't think it has
objective...
anything to do with the triangle. That's Mr. X
Yeah,
for
I
the
guess,
casters.
yeah.
I'm not falling for it.
Magnus tries to find a TA, unable to land that horn toss.
It's just so weird. Dire was supposed to have the late game, and now they're 14k net worth behind. It's just so weird.
Well, I feel like they have to try and split up Radiant somehow. Maybe with some split pushing, some lane cutting. Just like throw the TA out in the mid or bottom lane just to cut some waves, try to get a force a reaction. I think vision is also super important, although it's very hard to place vision out with the gem in play.
Yep. I do like, I didn't talk about this, but the gem pickup, it's so good in a spot like this. We're going on the Morphling now.
Oh, can they burst him?
Huge
They're
RP.
unable to send Qs on none, but massive
Oh my
RP!
gosh.
Doing so much damage. 3 heroes dead, they have 5x. Morphling goes in, mopping him up. Lifestealer has no chance against this Morphling. Goes down, only 2 5x available on the side of Dire. 3 now, actually. But, no ODO.
Disgusting bait.
No
Disgusting
macro.
bait.
They toss in the town.
Oh boy.
Absolutely huge RP at the end there.
Is this a best of one, or are they going again?
I think they're playing more. Don't quote me on that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
I'll end the stream here, and we'll
Okay.
discuss about it.